Yes, as we reconnect with ourselves, but particularly with the planet, we will inevitably begin to understand that the best way to learn, the best way to teach ourselves and our children is to learn at nature's pace. Our education system, I think globally, our education system is being coming under increasing pressure as we begin to understand that what worked 50 years ago just is inappropriate. In some cases, we even learn the same way as we did further back than that. Um, and we need to understand that, within nature, people, if you look at indigenous communities especially, and I think this is an amalgamation of thought through various indigenous communities that I've interacted with over the years, you 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 see that that their education isn't age specific. For example, you'll have the recognition is that one 6 year old is very different to another 6 year old. The recognition that all 6 year olds are different, all 5 year olds, 2 year olds, everybody is different, and everybody has different requirements. And I think if I without putting um, periods of time onto this, broadly speaking, across an amalgamation of education systems within indigenous peoples' tribes, it's almost as though the first period of years, the the child is free to explore and to understand the environment, to experience all the tastes and sounds and smells and textures that exist within a community, and to see where they fit in. Uh, Part of this is doing they do all this within a very safe environment, a very nurturing environment where the entire community is often involved, but especially the primary caregivers, mom and dad. And so even when trauma of one sort or another is experienced, and we need to do this, we need to have those little episodes of trauma, but within nurturing environments. Um, they learn to cope with life generally, and begin to understand what it is to be human. But then following that is a further period of multiple years where the, the, the parents and the community at large will expose the children to actively expose them to a wide variety of experiences. They may be actively exposed to the thing that community is known for, whether it be farming or fishing or boat building, or hunting particular types of animals. And they'll be actively exposed, but they'll be actively exposed to all of them. And then a third period starts with the late teenagers, the young adults, where they are then identified through a sort of a communal agreement, where the older people, the adults and the parents within communities will understand that this is what this person is. This person may be a fisher person, or a fire builder, or a roof tiler, or somebody who bakes clay tiles. And then the final phase of the within after this identification has been, this determination has been made, it then becomes uh, the duty of everybody within that community to ensure that they transfer all the skills and knowledge they have to that person, that the adults have. So you identify the fisher person, and you transfer all of your fishing knowledge to her, or to him, or the firewood collector, or the clay wall builder. Um, and through this, it doesn't hinge on a specific. It's not, by the time you're 10 you should be doing this. Some people may get there at 10, others may get there at 15. And that's absolutely fine, because they learn at nature's pace. They understand how the cycles of nature work, and they understand that, perhaps most importantly, uh, the people of the forest or the savannas, they understand that we are all individuals, and we have different skills and gifts to contribute to the well-being of the community, um, of our human forest.